Hi, I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Simon.
And welcome to Aspire Weekly. This week, Jordan realises who he works for.
Aspire.
And Will tries to find some extra cash.
Fishing for gold.
And Ross makes a hole. Hole!
The build on the blue and silver T5.1 camp is going well, and we'll check in with Ross for an update later. But in the meantime, Maya's had some trouble with the lining.
So James, this week we're going to be doing a little bit of an experiment. So my task I've been given this week is to line the door panels for the T5. However, usually we'll be working with scrim-back suede, but this week we've only got non-backed suede. So I'm going to be trying to work with this. However, what we found with non-backed suede is that it shows all the lumps and bumps and the imperfections on the door cards. So I'm going to have to find a way to work with the suede and make sure that we can hide any of those problems on the door cards. So I'm thinking what we're going to be doing is using a lot of filler, a lot of sanding, and a lot of work from Ross. So James, me and Ross have been on a bit of a mission this morning. We have been working on the panels for the blue and silver T5, and we found out that working with non-backed suede means that it shows all the lumps and bumps on the panels. So what we've been doing is trying to countersink the holes for the clips to go in, so that we can then put some filler on, sand it down, and hopefully hide the holes for the clips. Now we think we found a way, but I'm just going to try it again just to double check, and you can see the progress. We just make a lot of mess when we're working, but that means the work's getting done. So now we've drilled the holes, I'm going to go in with my palm router and just create like a little countersink holes around the drill holes that we've already got in, so that we can sink the clips in and then apply the filler all around, sand it down, see what we're left with. We've got our countersink holes, now we're just putting all the clips in so that we can pop the filler in and just fill in any gaps that left when the clips are in there. And then we'll leave the filler to dry for about 20-30 minutes, and then we'll come and sand it down and have a look at how it's left. Oh, I'll tell you what I had today. Covent Garden leek and potato soup.
Tell you what I didn't have today. Leek and potato soup.
So this was our first one that we did, James, and we've tried it with two different clips. So we've got the black clip that's got like a bit of a rounded head on it. We tried sanding it down, but it's not really going too well. It's not got the flat surface that we wanted, but the white ones worked perfectly. So hopefully it should go all good on these ones.
This one is a U-Pole Dolphin Premium Body Filler. Using this because the drying time, so normal wood fillers that crack, no good, but also they take a lot longer to dry, a lot longer time for you to be able to work with them. Adding the hardener into this makes it go off a lot quicker, makes it a lot easier for us to get on with the job that we're doing rather than jumping between jobs.
Many hours later.
Right, so now our filler is finally dry, so I can go ahead, sand it all down, and then I'm going to wrap it in suede and see what we're left with. My suede is all stapled into place, got a nice finish on the edges, so I'm just going to trim the excess material off the edges, and then we'll have a look and see how it looks. But I think we've got a nice finish as we were hoping for. Nice and tight, no bumpy edges, completely smooth. So the only thing that we haven't got is the nice cushion padding behind the back, but we're not looking for luxury, it's on the door cards. So what we want is that nice smooth finish where it doesn't ripple and it sits how we want it to.
I've got to go over and give Jordan a bit of a hug now because we've got a bit of a tricky one. We carpeted the van shades, but we trimmed them without wrapping around the back. So when you're putting panels onto the van, you see a tiny little bit of black unfortunately, we just looked at it, doesn't look quite right. Still, it looks okay, but it's not amazing, so I've got to go and break the news. George?
Yeah.
You know the van shades?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to re-trim them again.
Really? Again?
It's just where, you know where we haven't wrapped around the back of them?
Yeah.
And you just see a tiny little sliver of black. I think the sharp edge where it looked so much better when they're wrapped around.
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Yeah, we can do it.
He's amazing, this lad. I do feel bad, but we've got to keep our standards really high. And I know it still looked amazing when it was trimmed off the...
Yeah.
On the just left, not fitted, but...
Yeah. It's when you can see that gap.
That's it, it's tiny sliver little gap.
No, I do agree, I've seen it. Okay, down.
Yeah.
It catches your eye, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You noticed it then.
You can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Definitely. One for the learning bank.
Not words of wisdom really, it's just a thing. Why don't blind people bungee jump? Because it scares the fuck out of the dogs.
We've had our fair share of snow this week, and Simon and James went on an adventure.
So it's about -1, it's snowing, and we've had a Corvette in restoration for a good 6 or 7 months. And what better day than choose today in January to take it down to our other workshop for further work. A rear-wheel drive V8 Corvette. It couldn't be better. Our Ranger in 4-wheel drive, heated seats. Actually, they're not on. James, do you want yours on, mate?
Yes, please.
Just because we, well, it's the orangutan situation, isn't it? Which way are we going? This way?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeovil is going to come to a standstill in about half an hour. Everyone's going to be panicking going home. The workshop has come to a halt as everyone's just watching the snow coming down. It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
Good old day.
It's a good day. Actually, the roads are really, really bad. Let's go straight down the outside. Yeah. Send it. It's easing down though now, isn't it?
It's thinning out, but I wouldn't say it's easy.
It wasn't that bad, though.
We said that. We watched it and we were like,
Our handle's alright, to be honest.
too bad. The Ranger in 2-wheel drive is rubbish.
Is it?
Yeah, in 2-wheel drive.
Good morning, James. How are you doing?
I'm alright, how are you doing?
I'm really good for a Monday morning. I'm doing very good. So, where do I start? This morning I've got my 2 field jacket potato skins, cheese and onion, 2 hash browns to go in my lovely sausage, bacon and cheese roll. And I got my brown sauce to go with it. And then for my lunch I got myself a lovely beef and tomato pot noodle and a homemade white rocket road. Oh yeah. Oh, you just gotta get that right now. Yeah, that's good.
We've got so far, we're running the copper for the gas, which is running from the very back, which would be in behind the in the bed. So it's run through the back unit and then through the side kitchen unit. It's P-clipped all the way through. I bent it round and brought it out so that it can be fixed to the hob at the front there. I've also run the cables for the LED strip that's going to go underneath. The 3 sets of light switches for the down lights, which are on the sides underneath the pop-top bed, the under unit lighting and the LED switch, the 240 power sockets and the 12 volt USB ports that are going to be on the side there above the kitchen unit. They also run out to the back door, which has got a cigarette lighter, 12 volt and a 240 plug socket at the back. So that's what I've run at the moment. Inside the cupboard here we're going to have our power unit on the top shelf there. Underneath we've got our 105 amp leisure battery, our inverter and our split charger, which is going to go into that unit. So we can pretty much charge both the vehicle and measure batteries at the same time. We can just keep everything trickled over so that everything's working. Also inside at the minute we've got the heater in and working. So James, do you want to move round a minute? We've moved our heater to under the seat. So what we have to do is take the connectors bracket out and then move it across. It's just drilling one more hole and moving it across. The heater's going to sit under the driver's chair. From the heat coming out of the heater, we're going to box in and direct through the hosing so the air comes out and doesn't burn the back of the unit. I'm just about to put the fridge in, but from there it's second fix. So I've already got the wires coming out for the power, the USB, the light switches, they're all there. Sticking the LED strip underneath, so it's pretty much second fix, and then we're on to putting the panels on the windows, the bed up, getting the sink back in because the copper's already there, getting the front seats in, and we're nearly there, not far from getting done.
And to finish up, we've had this VW Caddy in for restoration. We've been putting the final touches before it heads out to you guys for competition. Let's see what Alex has been up to.
Right, so re-sanding down the top of the tailgate of the Caddy because the paint has been corroded and is bubbling, so you need to sand it down, re-primer it and then respray it. We've sanded down the filler after getting out all the imperfections, and now we're just getting it ready for being primed and being sprayed. Right, so we've put 3 coats of primer on and taken the tape off to re-tape it, and there's now another hole in the paint. So we're going to have to sand it back even further to re-primer it and then hopefully respray it, and it should settle and not chip away again. So far we've sanded it down back to the sort of original idea of the line we were going for. And now we're going to put some high build primer on it, a few coats, 2 or 3 maybe, and then repaint it, see how it comes out. Right, so we've primed the tailgate so far, and now we're just putting the first layer of textured black coating on. Right, so we've given it a couple of coats so far, and that's the tailgate ready to go back on.
Thanks for watching this week's Aspire Weekly.
And check in next week for some exciting updates on the Badger Run.
Please don't forget to like and subscribe and drop us a comment below.